Golden paths of ancient lore, metaphysical keys to unlock the door. A book written by Jada Sword, with the guided visions of Yoshimo. Ancient black spirituality, galactic celestial symphony, cosmic melanated energy, spirits are within me, our history. Ancient black spirituality, galactic celestial symphony, cosmic melanated energy, spirits are within me, our history.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ancient Black Spirituality. So, today I'm going to be talking about the moon cycle and the divine feminine energy. And this is for all my ladies out there, all my black queens out there. This is a conversation that I feel like we don't have enough. It's something that when you're being taught about when you're going through puberty as a young girl and you're being taught about your body, you're kind of just told that you're a woman now. At least that's what I was told. And you don't really fully gain that spiritual understanding behind it. You don't understand the spiritual importance, especially behind your menstrual cycle. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. And also talk a little bit about the Mother Goddess, because I feel like there's so much disrespect that we're seeing now, and that gets promoted now in media, movies, whatever it is. And I think it's just important that we bring back our true culture and the true essence of who we are. So let's get started. So as a woman and as a black woman, the firstborn woman, God's first creation, we have to look at our bodies and in correspondence with the moon. So the moon is the cosmic representation of the divine feminine. So as above, so below. So above is the moon. That's the divine feminine. That's the representation of us. But then God also created women. We are the divine feminine on earth. And so we have to be in sync with the moon, and our bodies go through four phases throughout the month, just as the moon goes through. So we have a hormonal cycle of 28 to 29 days within the month, just as the moon does. So the new moon represents our menstrual. So that's the time when you are on your cycle. And because the moon is fully dark at this time, and a lot of times we're not in sync with the moon in this way, but this is what each moon phase represents, and in correspondence to what our bodies do. So that's what this is showing you on the screen. So the new moon represents our bleeding time. And so this is a time where we are supposed to be in a place of rest, just as the moon is during this time. If the moon is completely dark, you cannot see her. She is getting her rest. She is not working at that time. It's a quiet time. It's a new beginning. I like that it says inward time to nourish and nurture yourself, reflection and rest. So this is a time where, as a woman, you're like a sponge. And I think oftentimes it gets made fun of, that, women are so hormonal and emotional during that time. But the reason why that happens for a lot of us is because we never are resting during this time. We're never getting the proper recharge that we need, because you're losing blood. So you're also losing that energy, and that takes a lot out of your body. Your body goes through a lot during that time. And so we're not taking the proper time, and this society doesn't allow us, especially as Black women, does not allow us that time of rest, does not allow us that time of peace to reflect within ourselves. And so we have to start creating that time, ladies, even if it's 10, 15 minutes. I know, women have kids and it's really hard. I'm not a mom yet, but I know it's hard. But if you're able to take 5-10 minutes just to do a meditation or just to be by yourself, because during this time it's a really deep time where you're like a sponge and you're soaking up everybody else's emotions, so you can't really go inward and feel your own. And so you have to take whatever time you can to try and do that during this phase. So that's what that phase represents. So the first quarter is within our bodies is the follicular phase. So during this time, we should be creating and affirming our intentions for the month, and inspiring change and getting our needs done, whatever we need to get done, setting goals and planning your intentions for the month ahead. So this is the time where we start to get down to business. This is the time where you can really affirm what you want to do, where you can set those intentions and those goals for yourself. And you will then bring them into fruition throughout the month. The full moon is our ovulation time. So at this time, you feel free. You feel like you really want to interact with other people, not in a sexual way, but you just want to maybe kick it with your homegirls, kick it with your friends, hang out with your sister. That's what I do. So high energy vibes and sexual activity. Obviously, during that time you are ovulating, so your body's telling you that you want to get pregnant. So continuing to build on your goals for the month during this time as well is really important. And I think also going outside during the full moon and looking at the moon, and soaking up that energy from the moon can really bring you that peace that you need, can really bring you, help you with those goals and those intentions, and can really help you with your intuition. It can help you listen to yourself and listen to what God has for you. So the last quarter is the luteal phase. So during this part, you should be finalizing your goals and your projects that you started in the first quarter. Feeling gratitude for the past cycle and month and everything that your body has gone through this month. Evaluating where you missed opportunities and journaling how you can improve. So this is really a space of reflection during the last quarter. So you're really reflecting on what you did well during the month, maybe what you didn't do so well during the month, and really being grateful for your body, really being grateful. I think we don't take the time enough to be grateful for the body that we're in and be grateful for our cycles and everything that we're able to go through and still be amazing women and still continue to flourish spiritually in whatever we're doing. So again, the other thing I wanted to mention is that our menstruation is not synced with the moon a lot of times. So the way you see it on the screen, our menstruation isn't necessarily coinciding with each phase like this. And the reason why is because we're not in nature enough. We're so disconnected now. And so it's really important to try and maybe take that time to get outside. Take whatever time you have to try and be one with nature and meditate and things like that, so you can just gain a little bit more of that divine feminine and intuition from the moon. So men have a 24-hour hormonal cycle that coincides with the cycle of the sun. So we coincide with the moon, men coincide with the sun. I just thought that was interesting. So again, this is an article that I found talking about it. So basically, it's saying that women follow the cycle of the moon, as I was just discussing. So here we have some pictures of our ancient mother goddesses, and just how we were depicted in our ancient Black cultures. And I think this is really important because we have to remember that everything that we see now isn't how it always was with our culture. So the mother goddess was so important and she was so respected and uplifted within the culture because she was able to bleed without dying, because she was able to give life and give birth to children, because she was able to really give that intuition to her man and really bring something, because the man and woman really worked together in ancient times. The woman created the first tool. The Black woman created the first calendar so that we could track our periods and our menstrual cycle and understand when we needed that time, when we needed that peace, when we had that intuition from the moon and from Amma. So we have to remember that. And it's really important. Also, I didn't put this in the PowerPoint, but I wanted to mention this real quick, talking about soul ties. So soul ties, when you have intercourse with a man, as a woman especially, men get soul ties too, but I'm just speaking as a woman. As a woman, when you have intercourse, that man, all of his energy, you're taking that on and you're soaking that up. And a soul tie is really where your soul is like tied to that person. Your spirit is tied to that person, whether it's a good relationship or a bad relationship. This is why, as women, as Black women, as mother goddesses and the divine feminine in the flesh, we really, 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 I want to encourage all my Black queens out here to really be careful with who you give your energy to, not just sexually, but your time, your body, your energy, because we are very sensitive beings, as especially as Black women. We will hold all of that energy, and now you're stuck with somebody's messed up energy and with a connection to that person. Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships for so long? Especially, this happens to Black women all the time, where she knows that he's treating her bad. She knows that it's not healthy and stays anyway. And a lot of times you don't even know why you're staying, but it's because of that soul tie. It's about what you can't see during sex, that energy exchange is happening. And so you really, 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 I have to stress this, especially for my young people. I'm 22 years old. I have never been in a relationship. I've never dated. I'm spending time with God. I'm spending time with myself because I know I'm not ready. And I would never want to get a soul tie with somebody and then you feel stuck, or having a child with somebody. I just take it very seriously. And my body is very precious to me. And as the mother goddess, as the divine feminine, we have a bigger responsibility than anybody else. So regardless of what other women are doing, we have the biggest responsibility because Amma created us first. And so when you realize that, wow, that's a responsibility to Amma, not to anybody else, not to any people, but to the divine. And so when you understand that, you will understand that your body is very precious and you don't want to take on any negative energy or any mistreatment from anybody, because you have this gift within you. Your womb really is a sensitive, that's where your intuition is. It's in your womb as a woman. And that can become skewed, it can become misguided when you're allowing so many men or so many toxic energies to enter your body, because that's what you're doing. And that's what a soul tie is that it's that creation and that link between you and that person forever. You're always going to be carrying a piece of that person's energy with you. And so know your worth as a mother goddess, as a Black woman, and as a queen, and understand that you need to uplift yourself and have that relationship with your womb, have that relationship with Amma and the moon, and understand your body. And we really need to teach this to our little girls, because when I was younger, I wasn't taught this, and I didn't understand that your period, your menstrual cycle is not only a time where you bleed and now you're able to have children, you could get pregnant. It's not just that, it's a spiritual connection, and it's a gift that we've been blessed with. And it's a responsibility that Amma has put on us as women. And I just want the best for everybody, and I hope that everybody learned something from this video. And I definitely want to do more content when it comes to this. And subscribe, like the video, because I try to do videos often. And I just like having different conversations on anything black spirituality. So hopefully you all will support. Go get my book, Ancient Black Spirituality, on Amazon, where I do discuss the mother goddess in many different cultures and the importance of her, especially within the Sumerian culture. So please support, like, subscribe, comment on the video, and let me know what y'all think. Peace.